Okay, we'll start the session.
Yes, sir, we can start.
Good evening to one and all present here. I am Ram Siddhappa Madihalli, Assistant Professor of Department of Civil Engineering, SPCE Bengaluru. I welcome today's speaker, Dr. Bino Prince Raja D, Innovation Ambassador of SJCIT, Chikbalapur, for being here for delivering the session on intellectual property rights and IP management, organized by Institute Innovation Council, SPCE Bengaluru. I welcome our chairman, Sri V. Muniappa sir, our CD, Dr. Shashidhar Muniappa sir, and the respected principal, Dr. Nageshwar Gupta sir, for the event. I also welcome deans, registrar, and HODs of all departments and my faculty friends for the session. My hearty welcome to all the participants from different institutions who are taking part in this session. Finally, I also welcome all my student friends who are taking part in the webinar. Welcome you all. Welcome you, sir. Now I request Dr. Nirmala Gupta ma'am to introduce today's speaker.
Thank you, Revant sir. Good evening to one and all present here. It's my privilege to introduce today's session speaker, Dr. Bino Prince Raja D. Sir is a professor in Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Sri Jagadguru Chandrasekharanatha Swamiji Institute of Technology, which is known as SJCIT. And Sir has got very vast experience from 2011 to till date. Sir is working as a professor currently in Aeronautical Department SJCIT. Then Sir worked as even assistant professor in Aeronautical Department SJCIT from Bangalore from July 2018 to February 2019. Sir has also worked as an assistant professor in the Aeronautical Department, Shaship College of Engineering. And Sir has also worked as an assistant professor in Aeronautical Department of SJCIT. So Sir worked even in Nurul Islam University, Tamil Nadu as assistant professor in aerospace department. And Sir was a lecturer in Aeronautical Department in Tamizan Engineering College, Tamil Nadu from 2010 to 2011. So Sir has got almost very vast experience in the aeronautical and aerospace engineering department. So Sir has been awarded with a Doctor of Philosophy or PhD degree from Nurul Islam Center for Higher Education, Tamil Nadu in Aeronautical Engineering in 2018. Sir has got Masters of Engineering in Aeronautical Engineering from Nurul Islam University in the year 2013 with a first class in distinction. Bachelor of Engineering degree is been awarded in Aeronautical Engineering from Lord Jagannath College of Engineering and Technology in 2010. Sir has got very vast and good areas of specialization in terms of aircraft structures, mechanics of composite materials, flight vehicle designs, flight testings, UAV. And into his credit, he got 3 patents. In that, the patent published and granted by the title as Structural Health Monitoring for Turbine Blades of Gas Turbine Engine by Embedded Sensors, with the Australian patent granted in the month of April 2020-21. That is, again, Sir has got one more patent published in 2020, method of wear surface roughness and tensile failure analysis of hybrid composites by online acoustic emission by Indian patenting in the month of October 2020. And Sir has got also a third patent which has been filed in the year 2021 February month, obtaining a self-healing CFRP by micro capsules and vascular network for aerospace application. So Sir has got a very good number of list of journal publications. Really, if I start naming it, it's a very lengthier one. Sir has got wonderful number of publications, I think more than 30 journal publications, and he got 2 book chapters into his credit by the Spinger. So he has got even the conference publications. Almost, if I say the list, it will go beyond 10 to 15 number. And sir has got a lot of additional responsibilities along with the academic role in the Department of Aeronautical Engineering. He is the convener of IIC SJCIT. He is the convener of NISP, National Innovation and Startup Policy. And he is an innovation ambassador, as rightly mentioned by Sir, from MHRD's Entrepreneurship Development Program. And he's also got an additional responsibility apart from academics as NBA coordinator. So he's really a multitasking personality who is with us today. And Sir has got a lot of memberships in the professional bodies. To name a few, if I say, which is an associate member in the Institute of Engineers, AMIE, and member of Indian Society of Technical Education, which is in the process. And Sir has got a lot of experience and shared his experiences as a speaker in many FDP seminars and workshops. So really a very high profiled personality who is amongst us today as a speaker to deliver a talk and handle the session on IPR and IP management. So we are very much happy to have you as a speaker for today's event with us, sir. So Bino sir, we are very much happy to welcome you once again, sir, to the session. So now I would like to Revan sir to take over.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for that wonderful introduction about the speaker. Now I request today's speaker, Dr. Bino Prince Raja sir, to deliver the session. So over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for the long introduction. First of all, I would like to thank the principal of SVCE and chief executive director of SVCE, also the IAC convener of SVCE, and also the other coordinators, Professor Nirmala ma'am, Dr. Nirmala ma'am, Professor Revan Siddhappa, Professor Swapna, and my dear friend Satyanarayana. So thank you for this opportunity to deliver a talk on IPR and IP management. So before starting at the outset, I would like to thank all the management of SVC and all the IAC coordinators. So straight away, I'm not killing the time. I'm just starting the presentation for the day. Yes. Can you all able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. So just a request from coordinators. Like I'm having a network bandwidth of less, so I would like to disable my video with your permission. Why? Because since I am at home, the network bandwidth is very less here. Can I?
Yes, sir. No problem, sir.
Sir, no problem, sir. By all means, we all understand.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So once again, I would like to ask you, can you able to see the screen? Sorry for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So myself, Bino Prince Raja from HJCT. I'm working as a professor in the Department of Aeronautical Engineering, also the IAC convener, also the innovation ambassador also. And today's topic is intellectual property rights and IP management. First, before going in detail about this intellectually property rights and how to manage the IP. So first of all, we should know what is the meaning of IPR. That means what is IP? So I would like to take this session as an interactive session. Why? Because I believe that SVC has got a very good star rating in the 2020 ranking. So obviously you might have conducted a lot of activities, and already there is a very good awareness among the students and faculties about the IPR, I guess. So can anyone can please tell me, according to your understanding, what is intellectual property, so that I'll take the session from there. Can anyone can please, any student or any faculty friends can tell me what is intellectual property according to your understanding?
Sir, it's nothing but a legal right, sir.
Exactly, ma'am. So it's a legal right, but as the name indicates, intellectual property. So intellectual property means a property which are created by our own minds. Okay. And intellectual property rights mean intellectual property rights are given to the persons over the creation of the minds. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creation for a certain period of time. This is what the intellectual property. In simple words, if I want to explain, uh, I mean, so for example, we have a property. All the human beings and human beings, we do have all. Most of the people might have movable property and immovable property. So, if we say movable property, we can say vehicles like bikes, cars. Everything is movable. And immovable property is, this buildings, so apartments. Those things are immovable property. So if you want to register an property, for example, we are having an own house, which we will be registering under the name with the government. Am I correct? So we have a registration authority. So we used to register in that, and by registration, in the sense by documenting the registration in between the government and ourselves, we will be having a mutual agreement in between us that you own the property. That means the house is yours. That is only because of the documentation. So this is what, if I want to tell in simple words, this is what the intellectual property rights is. For again, for example, there are two types of properties are there. One is tangible, another one is intangible. Tangible means which is visible to eye, and intangible which is invisible to eye. So visible to eye, if you take your college, so we'll be having tables, chairs, computers. These are all visible to eye. So invisible to eyes, whenever you go for a process, for example, tax filing or other processes, the process which takes to get the invoice of the product which you are going to, that is called as intangible property. And also we can other example also, I can add it up, like if for example if you want to buy a mobile, what we used to get, will for the mobile will get an invoice. So there is a documentation for that. This is our mobile. That is, you are owning the mobile. And similarly, if you want to own a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, so government has given with a name called RC book. So there is also a documentation that you are owning the two-wheeler and you are owning the four-wheeler. So this is what this intellectual property rights. So this intellectual property rights is classified, I would say, some of the species of intellectual property rights are industrial design, trademarks, geographical indication, patents, patents and copyrights. And also a few more are there, like semiconductor chipset design, biodiversity, plant breeder and farmer rights. So because, since we are all an academician, so I am just going to concentrate on these five species of IPR. Especially, today we are going to discuss about patents. Okay, so let us see one by one. So first is industrial design. As the name indicates, industrial designs. I hope you can able to see my screen that three types of chairs are there. I would like to take this with an example. So if I want to define it, it is nothing but the industrial design may consist of an features like such as shape or patterns or colors or lines. So if you are making a variation in terms of shapes or patterns or colors, then we will represent it as an industrial design. For example, if you take a chair, so this is a type of chair. So obviously all the three chairs are used to sit. Am I correct? So this is a different type of chair which is designed by an engineer. Similarly, this is another one different types of chair with handrest. Am I right? Also, this is also a different types of chair with roller. So you can, this is mainly used in the IT sectors. So all these chairs are, manufactured for their own needs. For example, most of the industries might use rolling chair, but even in our home and all, we used to sit in the normal chairs with a handrest or without handrest. So three different distinct chairs, but one person mind is different from another person. Am I right? So if you see the design of these three chairs, all the three chairs are different from one another. So these type of design is called as industrial design. It is simply called as design, but it is used in the most of the industry, so we will call it as industrial design. Okay, and next is trademarks. So trademarks is it's nothing but what I can say. You can define it as yeah. I can give it as an example also. I hope you all can see the screen that this is the trademark symbol of Ashok Leyland. This is the trademark symbol of Benz, and this is Tata, this is Hyundai, and this is McDonald's. So we all know this. So trademark is nothing but if a word or combination of word with numbers or different colors, which indicates a symbol or word, which it should be in product. That means it can be a branding or it can be of goodwill of the customers also. So we all know that by seeing all these logos only, we'll come to know that. So this is Ashok Leyland. So mainly when it comes to Ashok Leyland, what will come in our mind? Lorry, bus. So obviously heavy vehicles. Am I correct? So similarly, if you see the symbols, this is the Benz symbol. So if you see a round and these type of symbol, immediately everybody will observe that this is a Benz. And similarly, if you see the T, it is the shape of the T only it is different. So when we see a Tata Indica car or Tata, a Harrier or Tata Nexon, all the cars, when we see, we can easily observe this car belongs to the Tata. And similarly, if you take about Hyundai is, H is, the H is used by two brands. One is by Hyundai and another one is by Honda cars. But if you see the design of both the H, this H is different from the other H. Am I correct? The Hyundai cars, Hyundai brand H is different from other brand. This is also the design is different. It also falls under industrial design also. So by seeing this car, you are identifying the product. Am I correct? By seeing this, all this this logo, you are identifying the product. This is called as trademark. Okay, so again, if we want to elaborate it, we can take McDonald's or same a letter, even all the letters L, T, H. This letter itself got a particular design that brand has got a goodwill. Am I correct? This Benz has a this has a very goodwill by knowing the you know this by knowing the product only. So, and very importantly, one thing I want to tell you. So, if you see the, all the trademark companies, especially this Leyland, Benz, Tata, Hyundai, Honda, McDonald's, all these are all the trademarks registered company. That means nobody can keep these type of, this type of design for their, companies. Similarly, throughout this globe, nobody can use this symbol for their own business or own company. Similarly, nobody can register with these type of T or this type of H. Why? Because is they are all the registered companies. They have a mutual, registration in with government. Okay. And another one, very important example I would like to tell you in terms of trademarks. So whenever trademark, if you want to register with trademark, it has to be, you have to ensure that there shouldn't be no connection between the name and the business. Okay. For example, what is the meaning of Benz? So Benz is owning this logo. Is there any meaning for Benz is there? No. And even for Tata also, there is no meaning is there. Am I correct? Is there any link between the Tata products and the name? No. For example, let me give an example. Like if you take the travels, transport which is running in between the states, there Orange. I hope you all know that Orange Travels is there. What is the link in between the Orange and Travels? There is no connection. Similarly, iPhone, we'll call it as Apple. So what is the link in between Apple and iPhone? What is the connection? There is no connection. Am I correct? If there is no connection, then you can go for a trademarks. All right? You will be getting a registered company. Trademark registered people only have the rights to question the other. If for example, if anybody is using this Benz symbol, this Benz owner has the rights to question him, and he can by putting in complaint, he can ask for an royalty, or he can claim for a monetary benefits also. Why? Because he is a registered trademarks. Similarly, another one example. If you take an example of what do you call that? What you can say? Yes, aqua god. So if you take the aqua god, this aqua, what is the meaning of aqua? It is water, and god, it is protected. So what it does mean? Water protector. So which is run by the Eureka Forbes, which is a big company. For the aqua god, company, the trademark got rejected. Why? Because it's already the business is also water protection, and they are keeping the name is also water protection. So trademark will not be given for them. Similarly, take about Aquafina. So importantly, you need to observe one thing: the difference between aqua god and Aquafina. In between the aqua and god, there will be a small space. You need to observe all these things. Whereas if you see the Aquafina, which is also which is also a product which is into the business of water, but there will be a no gap in between aqua and fina. That what it does mean? Is there any meaning for Aquafina? No, it's a single word. So no, there is in dictionary there is no meaning for Aquafina. So what happens is it got accepted. Okay, so this is what only very important thing is only trademark registered people can question others. Even for example, this aqua god, that's if anybody is running the same name, for example, the same if anybody is having a water filter business with the name of same aqua god, this aqua god doesn't have a rights to question them. Why? Because they are not got the trademarks. Okay, in simple, I can give a simple example. If we are going in a, if we are going in everywhere in Bangalore, we can see, a lot of policemen are standing, right? So whenever you used to go in an, our vehicle, many of the time they used to stop us. Correct. So why is they have the rights to stop us and question for the if you have a RC book, if you have a proper license, or if you have a insurance. So they have the rights. Similarly, I am just standing in the road, and if I am stopping your vehicle, will you stop me? I mean, will you stop the vehicle? Sometimes you may stop. If I ask the license also, what is it? You go, man, like that you will say and go. Am I correct? Because I am not the right persons to stop you for the purpose of uh, asking the license or insurance. Why? Because I am not the registered or right person. Okay, so I hope you all understand about the trademarks, because you have to keep it. One thing you have to keep in mind, as per the this IPR law, this trademarks has to be registered with the only registered trademark persons can be question the others whomsoever is using their own product name or symbol or letter or whatever it may be. Okay, you can have it as any numbers or any letter you can keep, but it shouldn't be in meaningless. And one more example, if you want, I can give you. For example, let us say Bangalore fruit stall. Okay, so what does it mean? Bangalore is a generic name. Fruit stall is we are selling. I mean, selling fruit. Okay, so this for generic name, you should not have a you should not keep Bangalore as the fruit stall. Instead, if you keep Bangalore fruit stall to a restaurant, then it will work out. Why? Why? Because there is no relation in between hotel and fruit stall. Am I correct? So this is what you need to understand about the trademarks. And next is geographical indication. So geographical indication is, and by definition, if I want to say, it is a sign which is used on products that have a specific geographical origin and which possess a quality or reputation due to the origin. For example, lot of examples I can say. Nagpur orange. We will not get Nagpur orange in Bangalore. Am I correct? Why? Because this Nagpur orange is mainly or specifically famous only for orange. In Nagpur only we will get these type of orange. For example, if you take the seed of a Nagpur orange and if you keep it in Bangalore, and if you say this is a Nagpur orange which is which is grown up in Bangalore, then it will not be authorized by the government. Similarly, Dharwad Beda, because this is purely meant for Dharwad. Am I correct? This is all famous only due to their origin. So the reason may be because of their soil or because of the climate. Am I right? Basically the Nagpur orange only will grow. This type of orange will get only in the Nagpur because of their soil, because of the climatic condition, and because of other aspects also. Similarly, this Dharwad Beda, everywhere Beda is there, but nowhere as taste as this Dharwad Peda, nowhere you will get it. Similarly, Darjeeling tea is there, and Ooty tea is also there. But if you see if you take the Ooty, compare Ooty and Darjeeling tea, always tea is meant for Darjeeling because they have got a reputation. Okay, so these all falls under geographical indication, and this is all rights. This is the rights of Nagpur government. This is the rights of course Karnataka. There is especially Dharwad, and this is the rights of us. And few other example also I can say. If you take Bangalore, Mysore Pak. So pure Mysore Pak will get only in Mysore. Am I correct? Similarly, Mysore sandals. So a lot of things are there. So what you can do is maybe we can sell it in in Andhra, Telangana, or in Tamil Nadu also. But you cannot say you cannot own it. You cannot say we are the owners. Okay, that is also this geographical indication is also very important. And next is copyright. So copyright is nothing but it is a legal right to the person who have printed books or who sang a song, or who printed or what do you call, who printed the pamphlets, articles, or the person who used to perform in an event. So these are all called as copyrights. So this copyright is also very important for in terms of legality is concerned. Mainly, I hope you might have well aware of this what do you call problem called in Tamil especially there is a film called Gajini, which is directed by and produced by A.R. Murugadas. So what happened is it has been dubbed in Hindi. Am I right? A famous star, Amir Khan, has acted in that film, and they have got a very good revenue of this. That is 500 crores. So all the rights they have got it from the Tamil industry, but they haven't got the translational rights. Okay, they have not yet got the translation rights from the AR Murugadas. So they have paid out of this 500 crores, they have paid 200 crores to the, that producer. So like that, there are bundle of rights are there in copyright. It may be a performance right, or it may be a, even whenever when we talk about a copyright, it is open source is there, also paid is there. If they, if you copy anything, then it will become a violation. Okay, and also we can say anything which is what do you call copyright doesn't have a functionality also. For example, let us take a film. So in film, all the actors doesn't have a rights. Why? Because this in a film, actor will be there, actress, comedian, villain, side villain, and screenwriter and lyricist. A lot of people are there. But who is the owner of the film? Producer. Am I correct? Because he is a person who is giving money to all the people. So once they got the money, the chapter is close. So who will be owning the rights? Producer will be the owning it. So the copyrights will be with the producer. Okay, and we can say, and yeah, a few other. If you take a book writing, so generally, books are this copyrights are the creation of only minds that you have to keep it in mind. These copyrights are purely on the whatever you think you can write it in the book. Am I correct? If whatever you think you can write it in the book, and if you get a good publishers like Springer, Elsewhere, Taylor and Francis, even local publishers also, they will publish in terms of edition also, first edition, second edition. So there will be mutual understanding between the authors and also the publishers. So they'll get some benefits mutually. If they put 1 lakh copies, for example, if you're writing a book which cost around 1,000 rupees, and if you put 1 lakh copies, so obviously some 30% or 40% will goes to the publisher, the remaining will comes to you. That will be mutual. So these are all falls on copyrights. And next we'll move on to very important, today's my talk is going to be only on patents. Okay, so that is why first of all I would like to explain what is IPR. Next, importance of patents, followed by the IP management. How you will be able to manage the intellectual property. Okay, so patents everybody knows nowadays. Especially in academics, especially in all the colleges, all the universities, everybody is asking for a paper publication and patents. So I don't want to give a definition for patent because we all know that it is a legal grant by the government to encourage innovation, technical development, and economic prosperity. And this patent is a contract between the inventor and the government for his disclosure of the invention in the return for a monopoly right for a fixed period of time, after which it possesses on the public domain. Okay, so what is patent? Patent is a exclusive right granted for an invention or innovation. Okay, so that invention can be of product or process or methodology also. Okay, so please try to follow me. So patents can be of invention, patent can be of product, or patent can be of methodology also. Okay, and very importantly, there are few requirements for invention is there. Okay, so let me start with a few examples so that you'll get a clear picture about what is patent, what is the use of patent, what does patent do. Okay, so we all know that example, what you can say. I hope it's crossing 6 o'clock, so obviously everybody will be having light in your room. So first, let us take this bulb. Who is the inventor of bulb? We all know Thomas Alva Edison. So are we using the same bulb which Thomas Alva Edison invented? No, definitely it is no, because nowadays it is fluorescent bulb has come, LED bulbs have come. So lot of different advanced invention is getting updated. So in older times, what type of bulbs is used? There is a vacuum and the filament based bulb is used. Used in the sense he invented this vacuum and filament type of bulb. But right now we are not using the same bulb which is invented by Thomas Alva Edison. Why? Because the invention became out of date due to the updating of knowledge or due to the updation in the invention. Have you all understood? Why? Because invention keep on updating. There's a period, there is a time frame for the patent. There is only the patent is in India. The patent is only eligible for it will be granted for only for 20 years. Okay, so upon beyond 20 years it will come to the public domain. That means beyond 20 years, obviously some updation might have come, or some new technology or new invention might have overtaken that. For example, another one example we can say the same. If you take a mic also, we can say mic. In olden days, what we used to do, there is a long, cable will be there which is connected to a stand, and we used to have a mic. And later, wireless mic has come. But nowadays, collar mic. Am I correct? So there is an advancement of invention in each and every product. Even if you take a mobile phones, I don't want to tell that example because you only know. Earlier time we used the pager, later with a small Nokia phone which used to only for texting and mobile calls. Later smartphones comes. Now the mobile phones are taking over the over the world. I would say everything is at the palm of our hand. Am I right? Because I'm saying mobile phone only. Everything is at the palm of our hand. Because the design has become the design is keep on increasing. So there is an updation is keep on coming. Invention is also increasing, and few important futures. There are few key futures are there. Protecting of ideas that comprise innovative and qualifying futures. Okay, what does it mean? We need to protect the ideas that comprise of innovative and qualifying futures. That means if you didn't protect our idea, for example, one of my known friend student come up with a RFID, what do you call RFID, one sort of device which is embedded in the ambulance. So when this RFID is embedded in the ambulance, what happens is when it comes to signal, automatically the signal will hold on, and the ambulance can easily go on that way. That means even other many techniques are there. Okay, I'm not telling this is the only technique. Many techniques are there, but before implementing it, we need to take a patent rights. So if you are not patenting it, then what will happen? Somebody will steal our ideas, and they will protect it, and they can make it they can convert it as a monetary benefits, or even other benefits also. Next is protection for 20 years. As I was telling, only this patent is protected only for 20 years. Beyond 20 years, it will come to the public domain. And next is protection from reverse engineering. See, that is why. So if you have an invention, for example, we can say software application, the software application which is usable in any hardware, especially in India, we cannot do patent. Only copyright can be done for software. I hope you all know that. Yes, but in US, the patent law is completely different. So what I'm trying to say is, patenting law is completely different from each and every country, because there, in US the patent law is different, because in US the copywriting is very very strict, whereas in India it is not that much strict. Am I right? Why? In even trademark law is also not that much, because for example we can take, let us take a Microsoft. In our colleges we have so many computers without license. Am I right? This Microsoft person have the rights to question us, and he can do whatever he want. Am I correct? But he's not, he's just leaving at the leisure. He's just leaving like because he's not bothering about that. Why? Because his Indian law is, somewhat little flexible than the other countries' law in aspects of copyrights, not in patenting. Similarly, in patenting, there is some flexibility in US, whereas in India it is very very strict. Okay, because the invention what you are going to do as far as the patent is concerned, it has to be a useful one. It has to be an industry application oriented one also. Okay. Next is high value of protection. Because if you are not patenting your product, the value of your protection will drop. Drop in the sense, you will not get any value for uh, the product which you have patented. Benefits of protection after the grant of a patent. You will get more benefits once you patent. I can give an example of this. A lot of example I can give. Sometimes you might have gone through also. If you take a Coca-Cola bottle, the shape of the bottle, if you see the shape of the bottle, the length, the breadth, the diameter of the bottle is, completely unique compared to other bottles, like Fanta or Mirinda or any other cool drinks. Okay, similarly, if you take a Coca-Cola, or if you take a Pepsi tin, I hope you know the opener is there. The opener is designed by a small boy, according to my study. So what he does is he has just made he doesn't know the value of the product. Simply has designed and he have patented it. But at last, what happens? He has a very good revenue by me. He got a very good royalty amount from Coca-Cola because they have a mutual. They have made an agreement by stating that 1% of the complete revenue per annum should be given to that guy. So he has become a millionaire. Okay, so these are all and also patent is a territorial right, as I said. And evolution of this human interest. Just Nirmala ma'am. Sir, are you, anybody's there? Satyanarayana sir?
Sir, tell me, sir.
Sir,
Tell
sir,
me, sir.
we are there, sir.
Okay,
Nirmala
ma'am,
also
I
there.
just want to confirm, I have a few more slides. Should I want to stick on to the time at 6:30
No,
or?
no, sir, no, sir. 5-10 minutes here, there, no issue, sir.
No problem. Okay,
No
okay, ma'am.
issues.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, by your time, so quickly I'll run through this evolution of human endeavors, which we all know that, because you know this it is started from the wheel, right? During the ancient times, we are limited to only the horses and cart. In the cart, we used to use this wheel. Later, we have connected two wheels and we have made a small connection rod and we made it a cycle. And later, the cycle, especially in cycle also, in bicycle also, we have made lot of invention. That means in terms of speed and also in terms of gear shift. Now, of course, gear cycles are there. So a lot of invention are there in terms of updation. So this is called as what do you call non-obvious invention that we'll discuss in the upcoming slide. And later, we have come up with the four wheels, because if you all know that always, the history of the wheels are most ancient discovery for humankind. Am I right? Because the wheels are the very what do you call, mm, because wheels are the one which is uh, you know invented by a human being, which is nobody can do an nobody can update the invention on that. Why? Because is for everything, if you want to ride anything, we need a wheel. Even for a aircraft also, wheel is required. Maybe for a helicopter it is not required. Why? Because it's it can land using the skid also. But for all the vehicles which you want to ride or which you want to drive, all the wheel is most important. That's why I have mentioned this is evolution of human endeavors. Whatever the endeavors are taken by the humankind, everything is keep on updating the invention until you know uh, multi brand high brand cars, which is if you take in high end cars like Benz, Rolls Royce, or BMW, etc. And why we need to very important thing, why we need to protect our innovation, or why we need to protect our invention. Okay, so this already we have discussed about this. Whatever I have said, we have discussed, because it brings in competitive edge and more market power. Why? Because if you are patenting anything, your product will get more power, which can be sell, which you can able to lend, and also whatever you can do. Like it is a similar like in your home. What home is? I mean, for example, you're owning a two so the three floor apartments. The other two, if you are staying in one floor, and other two floors you can able to, you can lend, or you can give it for, sometimes you give it for sale also. That means whatever it may be, it gives more power. And next is form of recognition for inventors. So when you are a patent holder, when you say I am a patent holder, you will be recognized in the society. Am I correct? For example, we are all in the academic. I mean, we are working in affiliated college. I mean, so if we are saying we have our own patent, obviously you will be recognized as an very good inventor. So I mean, if you say I'm a patent holder, everybody will give some respect in the respect in the terms of in terms of only R&D. Okay, and also it creates an additional revenue stream for the business. For example, if you are having a royalty for I don't know, do you know the in Tamil industry, MS Vishwanathan, one old musician was there. He has expired now. So only because of his patent right, his family is getting 50 crores per year. Okay, so 50 crores per annum they are getting. Okay, that is what the revenue stream for business. And this, when you protect your innovation, you can raise funds as the that the opener is what do you call the tin Pepsi I told you now. What he does, it attracts the potential investment also. That means when you have a potential innovation as a product or process, obviously more investment can be invested in on your product. And also if you sell it, so more investment you will get it. And next very important, this is who can file for a patent. So as an individual, you can file a patent. Even I can file a patent. And next is assignee of the inventor. For example, it can be of enterprises or colleges and startups. So this is an individual invention. For example, I have a rights to file my own patent. So the patent can be filed in physically or using electronic filing. Okay, so physical filing means especially you have to straight away you have to go to the patent office and you have to file. So I hope you all know that where are the patent offices are there in India. In New Delhi it is there, Kolkata, and in Chennai it is there, and Mumbai it is there. Okay, so in as an individual you can file the patent. Then as an assignee of the inventor, for example, if you are using the facility of the college, and if you are finding a new product, or if you're finding a new process by using the facility of the college, then colleges has the rights to claim. And for example, nowadays you all know that this IIC cell has been is an initiative by MHRD, mainly for making the students not only rely on the placements, or not only rely on the jobs, and also let them start a startup or let them become an entrepreneur. This is what the ultimate aim of an MHRD, to start the IIC cell. So startup is also another option. So these are all the assignees. Mainly, I would like to tell you, for startups, will get an patents very quickly. If you have a startup, and if you're filing the you will get an replay within 6 months, I guess. No, I'm not pretty sure about it, but the normal patent will takes almost 1 to 1.5 years for objection. That means nowadays there are two types of patents are there. One, we can do it as as a slow process, and another one is rapid process is there, where your patent will get published in 1 month, and later it will published. And if anybody is not objecting, the objection period will be for 1.5 year, and later it will goes to the examining, it will go for the examination report. After the examiner gives in queries, if you could able to clarify the queries, then it will go for granting. For these complete process, it will take minimum 4 years. Okay. And also legal representative of a deceased inventor. Let us, we can say it as agent also. Okay. Normally, I think nowadays everybody is having very good awareness about this patent. But in olden days in the sense, just few years back, most of the time we used to appoint a legal representative who is called as agent. He used to guide everything, but nowadays physically we can do, or else electronically. And I would like to tell you at this point that if you want to file a patent electronically, we need an electronic signature. Okay, we need an electronic signature. So I mean, I would like to tell you, if anybody is interested in doing, or I probably all the institutes are now having an IPR cell, but still, if anybody wants to do it as an individual patent, I'm happy to say that I'm having the rights to do an electronic patent. And I have bought an e-signature, that is electronic signature from central government. And I'd be always very happy to help whomsoever is contacting me for filing a patent. Though, so no charges will be there. Whatever the central government charge, you can pay for that. And next is patent patentability criteria. See, this is very, very important. So I think time is 6:30. I'll take another 10 minutes of yours, and I'll just. So the patentability criteria is based on your patent, or your idea, your invention or product should be a novelty one. It should be a non-obvious or inventive step, or it should be an industrial oriented application product. Okay. First, let us see what is novelty. See, novelty means, we all know that novelty means which is new. Am I right? Which shouldn't be existing in the market, or which the idea or the concept or the product which shouldn't be existing in the, we should not exist anywhere. Generally, which is published in, especially in India. Okay. So the novelty of the work which you, for example, you are going to file a patent, it should not be published anywhere in India. So that it is very, very important to do a prior search. Okay, I forgot to say about the prior art search before making a before you are saying my product is novel, or my process is novel, you have to do a prior search. Okay, you can go to the IPR website, or you can, a lot of IPR patent is, I mean, patent India is, a lot of websites are there. You can do prior art search, and you can do. And next is inventive step, which is otherwise called as non-obviousness. So this the future of an invention that involves technician advance as compared to the existing knowledge or what you call economic significance, which make the invention not obvious to a person skilled in the art. So what example I can say is just few minutes back I have told you a very good example that bulb is also a very good inventive step patent. Why? Because is when you if you take an old old bulb, and if you take a new fluorescent bulb, obviously purpose of both the bulbs are to give light, light, right? So what happens is compared to the older bulb, there is a based on that bulb only the fluorescent bulb has been invented. So it is very much important that inventive step is and very important. That is, inventive step is if an inventive step is there, then your patent is eligible. Okay, but the invention should be a new one. For example, if you say that, for example, if you say anything which is possible, we will get it. We can file. But at the same time, if we say no, it is not possible to do, then it is very difficult to do a patent. Okay, so for example, if you say this using this process we can able to get a new product, then you will get a patent for that. Similarly, by if you say using this process also, if you could, we will not get the the final product, then the patent will not be granted to you. Okay, and another one simple example is the bicycle, what I told you. If you obviously the cycle is the same. Am I right? The cycle is same, but what based on the cycle, what the inventor has done is he has made a he has made some other mechanical arrangements to increase the speed of the cycle, or what he can do. Yeah, the inventor has kept a gear. Okay, so gear cycle, normal cycle. This is an very simplest example for inventive step. And next is industry application. See, this if your invention is capable of being made or used any land of industry, for example, what example I can say? So all the products related, whichever is whichever which is applicable for industrial application. Okay, for example, if you make a product, a lot of industrial applications are there. If you take nowadays this Flipkart, Amazon, this is also a new concept. Am I correct? Online shopping is also new concept. This Ola, Uber, all these also a new concept. The Swiggy, then the Zomato. These are all also a new concept only. So these are all the forms of patent criteria for patenting. And you all know that physically you can file patent in the Chennai, Mumbai, New Delhi, and also Kolkata. And I'll just run through the slides quickly. Stages of patent filing. Initially, what you have to do is prior art search is very important. Okay, so there are many websites all they are doing, especially Patent India. And what next? What you have to do? You have to draft the patent application. Next, prepare the forms. What are the forms required? Form 1, Form 3, Form 18, Form 9, Form 26. Okay, so what is the use of these forms? Form 1 is for the name, address, contact, inventor detail, assignee detail. Form 3 is used for assignments and details of foreign filers. Mostly I have filed 3 patents. I have not used the form 3. And form 18 is for request for examination. Okay, that means most of the time researchers or inventors, what they used to do is sometimes they may request for examination at the beginning of the filing only. For that you need to pay the amount at the beginning. Whereas few I mean they'll do a provisional filing. Provisional filing means only the charge is I think 1,700 or something. And next is form 9. Form 9 is mainly for early publication. If you want to do an early publication within 1 month, then you have to pay some amount for that. And finally, Form 26 is power of authority. Power of authority is, for example, if an agent is filing your patent on behalf of you, then you should give an authority to him. That is Form 26. And file patent application. Okay, after this forms, if you uploaded the forms, then you have to file the patent application. And next, the publication will be maximum 8 months, or early if you chosen for early publication. As I told you, Form 18. If you are submitting Form 18, the publication will be made early. So the publication will be done within a month. Next, examination. So examination will be made by the examiners, most probably from the R&D centers, especially this IIT professors will do. After examining, so what they used to do is they'll send the examinated report, and especially they'll ask for the queries. So if you could able to clear the queries, then you will get the patent grant. And after that, always you need to renew your patent. That is most important. And after the grant, it is eligible for 20 years. Okay, so this is all the and let me show a simple sample US patent. Later, not later, immediately after this slide, I'll be showing the patent which I have filed. Okay, so that with that I'll be closing the session. So this is the title of the your invention. This is the inventors and partners. This is the filing details, application number, assignee, and royalty information. This is the patent number, issue date, and this is the prior art search. Whomsoever has done the research, or whomsoever has done the and very importantly, the prior art can be done. Your patenting product or process shouldn't be published in the journals or papers or articles or whatever it may be. Okay, and this is the abstract. And these are the forms which I have told you. Just a minute, I'm just showing my patent and I'll finish it off. So this is one of my patent which has got recently published, and this is the initially you have to give the full name. And what are the main description of this patent is, first you should clearly define the field of invention, and next what is the objective of the invention, and what is the background of invention. That means you before for all the products or process, you have to do a background search. That means we'll call it as literature review or literature survey in our academic terms we used to say. And you have to describe the prior art. So we have to conclude, or we have to justify that there is no prior art is available based upon our idea or based upon a product. And if anything is existing, we can mention that also. That means for example, this I have mentioned that this US patent, this patent number, they have done a method where I have used a new method, or I have done few modification, and I'm saying I have got a better result. You got it. And you have to summarize and detailed description of the invention. You have to detail, and drawing is very, very important. As I told you, if you want to do a process, if you are filing a patent in terms of process or product, obviously it will be shown with the help of a diagram, and you have to give a detailed description of the diagram. And very, very important you know in this filing a patent is claims. Okay, as far as my experience is concerned, always I would like to recommend minimum 5 claims to be given. Otherwise your product cannot be properly examined, or I would say it will not be that much given recognition to you when you apply for a patent. So claim is very, very important. So I have made 8 claims, and this is an uh, complete innovation by me and my one of my student. We were working on from past 1.5 years, and finally you have to give an abstract for your invention. Okay, so with this, it is 6:40. So sorry for, I think I have started 10 minutes later, I think, if I'm not wrong. So I've taken your 10 minutes time, and now if anybody is having any queries or any doubts, you can ask me. I'll try to answer. If no questions are there, Nirmala ma'am, that's
Yes,
all
sir.
from my side, ma'am.
Yeah, sir. Dear participants and audience, any questions, any clarifications on patent filing and the process of patent management? So you can ask Bino sir.
So can we get the patent for composite material?
Yes, composite material means what type of material? Like, are you you have a fabricated material in your hand, or you're trying to get a process?
This is a material like PMC or MMC or something like that.
Sir, when you talk about PMC and MMC, better. I mean, I would like to recommend if you have a product-based composites, especially normally we used to do composites as in rectangular plate or in multi-cell cubes. But what I would suggest is if you have a, for example, if you take an automobile or aeronautical industry nowadays, it's full of composites. If you have a new composites or if you have a new combination which is not existing in the market, or if you can come up with a solution based product, then that can be patentable, especially in composites. As you said, you can get a patent for methodology, you can have a patent for process also. Why? Because there's a lot of different fabrication techniques are there, so that can be patentable.
Good evening, sir. This is Dr.
Very
Ajat.
good evening, sir.
Very nice, sir. You are given very simple clarity. I understand because even I am not a technical person, because I have done engineering for MBA in my things, sir. And in my research work, I have created a model in my field management aspect. So
Okay, sir.
my guide given me some idea about patent. So I am getting confused. Generally, people are talking about product. Can I create my model as a patent in my research work, sir? Let's kindly
Yes,
enlighten.
yes, sir. Definitely, sir. It is. That's what I'm telling. It is not only product can be filed as a patent. If you
Yes, sir.
have a new, I mean, I'm not that much well versed in management, but if
Yes,
you
sir.
are coming up with a new for example, if you are doing a marketing analysis, if
Yes,
you
sir.
are if you are saying that after doing this analysis and by seeing the statistical data, if you could
Yes, sir.
say, or if you could suggest some other some other process or some other methodology to analysis, then that can be
Yes.
patentable. Only
Sir,
as far as the patent law.
actually, sir, sorry, sir, to disturb you. Actually, my research was related to banking sector. I have implemented some of the banks how to improvise their CRM activities, and I have created a model in that. So it has got a success in the rural bank. So, sir, that is why I'm not have an idea. So that is why I'm reaching. Even I have reached 2 times. Nirmala madam also given some idea, principal sir. So if you guide me, sir, it will be great help for me, sir.
Definitely, sir. You can collect my email address and contact number from
Yes, sir.
Nirmala ma'am, and anytime you're
Yes,
welcome to contact me, because as I told you, I'm ready to help, because many in actually awareness and exposure is very
yes,
less in
yes,
terms of patent,
yes,
and I'm happy to say that I'm having an electronic signature where we no need to go to Chennai or Mumbai or Kolkata or New Delhi to file the patent. Instead,
yes, sir.
we can do file our own patent by sitting in our home or in college only.
Okay,
I
sir.
can
Thank
surely
you.
help it out, because thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving, sir. I'll come to you, sir. 100% I will take you through a discussion. Nice, sir. Thank you for my clarification, your doubt. So I'll really, you have session and very interesting and got a lot of information, value information.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So
Any more queries? Any more clarifications from the audience?
Thank you, sir. Sir, I have a question. Sir,
Yes, sir.
you said that if you file a patent through startup, you will get the patent earlier. Is there any specific formalities involved in that, sir? If we are going through the startup?
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, actually, we can do as I show, while explaining in the the patenting process. We can file a patent as an individual. We can also file a patent by an assignee also. Assignee in the sense, college can file a patent, and using a startup, for example, we have started a startup like a company, small company in association with our college. Then we can register that as a company, and also we can file, patent for that also. The procedure is same. Only the process is, the filing cost will be varies. For example, if the filing cost is 10, for example, I'm saying the filing cost is 10,000 for an individual patent file, and for if you want to file for a startup, it will be some approximately 25,000. But you will be getting, the process will be quicker than the normal filing.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more question, sir. Sir, yes, if you have developed a product and if you have a plan to have a startup, so before going to start a startup, if you are applying for patent, will we get it earlier, sir?
So that's what I told, sir. Actually, rapid publication is there, and the normal provisional publications are, if you file it in the provisional, it will take some time, sir, because we will not be paying additional amount. The cost is only 1,700 rupees. If you file that using provisional, it will take some time for publishing in the patent website. And after that, people has to, for example, if anybody is working on the same area where you have worked, then that people will object to that. They'll claim that this is my work, and kindly please do not give patent rights to him. So if such cases arises, then you have to answer for that, or you have to justify that in terms of, if you have done a modification, if you have done any improvement in the result, or if you have done a different types of design, or whatever novelty you have to justify it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Participants, if you have got any questions, you can ask.
And sir, I just
Yes,
want
sir.
to tell you that, as you said, startup nowadays, this central government has given up, come up with a policy that for startups they are giving a lot of relaxation also in terms of money also. I forgot to tell you that. As I told you, for startup, more money will be collected in terms of filing. Now, especially for the startups, so central government is giving some fees exemption, also time exemption compared to the normal patent file.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions? Participants?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, for searching this career art, you have missed one website that ipindiaservices.gov. That is useful information to share with the participants. And one more website that USPTO. This is two websites we need to refer the career art, sir.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. Actually, if you are filing in patent, for example, you're claiming the right that your patent should be inside India. I think patent India is more than sufficient. Suppose if you are, as you said, hello.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. As you said, if you want to file an patent, globally, as you said, those prior art is very important. As sir said, that is correct. Thank you for the information, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any questions, participants? Any clarification needed? You can ask the speaker. Okay, thank you very much, sir. It was a very wonderful session and very informative session. You have clearly explained us about the patents, different types of patents and process of filing the patent. Even you have shown your own patent to us. We are very happy with your presentation, sir. Thank you very much. Now, I request Professor Naveen Kumar, sir, to propose vote of thanks. Over to you, sir. Naveen, sir.
So good evening to one and all. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this session. I, Naveen Kumar BM, on behalf of SCC Management, Principal and IHCL SCC, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to today's speaker, Dr. Bino Prince Raja D. Sir, giving in detail insights on IPR and IP management. Thank you, sir. It was a very informative session. Thank you very much. I thank
you, sir.
I thank our respected chairman, sir, Shri V. Munyappa, sir, and Honorable CD, sir, Dr. Shashidhar Munyappa, sir, Sri GEI, for their gracings and support towards organizing this event. I thank our beloved principal, Dr. Nageshwar Gupta, sir, for his constant support and encouragement for the organizing this event. I also thank HODs of all the departments, deans, and all my faculty friends for your presence and cooperation throughout this webinar. Thank you. I thank all my IIC members, coordinators, NISP team members, including faculty and students, for your teamwork on successful conduction of this webinar. Finally, I thank all the students, faculty members of various institutes for your presence and interest throughout the event. Hope this event was helpful for all the students and faculties who are present here. Thank you one and all. Over to you, Revana sir.
Thank you, sir. Now we have came to the end of the session. Now at the final stage of the session, I request all the participants to share your valuable feedback. I have shared the feedback link through chat box. Please share your feedback.
Is it the feedback link visible to everyone in the chat box?
No, ma'am.
Madam Sapna, madam, can you make me as presenter? Sapna, madam. I hope everyone can access the feedback link which I shared in the chat box. Please share your feedback.
This chat box is not enabled.
Just give me a minute, ma. Dear Harshita, we are taking the role of presenter and we will present it. Okay. So you can type in, ma. Sorry for the inconvenience.
I request all the participants to share the feedback. I'm presenting the feedback link here. Please copy and share your valuable feedback. I'm presenting the feedback link. Is that visible, participants? Anyone can reply me?
Yes, sir.
We wait for another 10-15 seconds.
By the time, I would like to thank once again, sir, a special thanks for entire Venkateshwara College group, group of institutions, and on behalf of principal, sir, and everyone for accepting our invitation and giving us the insight on IPR and IP management. So we are all thankful to Bino, sir. So thank you once again, sir.
Anytime, always you're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, always. Then we'll seek your cooperation and support with us.
Definitely,
And
ma'am.
we wanted
I
to
would
have
like to tell you that I have missed the part of this IP management. Why? Because
yes, sir. Even I was thinking, but no issue, sir. One more,
Right.
we will plan it
because
out.
of this time constraint, I could not able to cover the IP management.
No, give us a chance, sir, because we will do this still wonderfully in the working hours only, because we are all working with a lot of other additional roles and responsibilities. And as I shared with you day before yesterday, so it's really a hectic, sir. Still, many of the faculties are in the college still.
Okay.
And that's the reason, we
So
want
better in future we'll plan the activity during the weekdays.
Yeah. During weekdays, that too preferably we'll take permission and we'll do it in the working hours, sir, so that we get a wonderful audience and our faculties and students will really attend and get the benefit out of all these things.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I think, even sir, we can conclude it, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I hope everyone shared the feedback. Thank you very much, sir, Bino sir, for your time and you sharing the session here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. With this, we'll end the session. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Revant, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.